Rock, like Tracy, started back paying attention in April when the first camp went up. And throughout the summer, just started watching what was going on over there. And then for me, when the youth got involved, the movement really spoke to me, because it was children my children's age that were running over to Washington, D.C., and were willing to put their lives on the line and to sacrifice, you know, being out in the treacherous weather and running thousands of miles to stand up for something. And that's what it was about. They were willing to stand up for something that people in our generation hadn't. And so for me, when my tribe had made the opportunity to, they had said, hey, we're gonna send a van out there, and I instantly signed up. Had I known they didn't have anything set up and that would end up being turned over to me, that was the change in my life from that point. So went over to Standing Rock, participated in ceremonies, was around, it was like going back, and for a lot of us here in the city, it's easy to lose our songs, our language. Even though I'm from here, we have one fluent speaker left on our reservation. We have to borrow songs from other tribes because we have lost our songs. And so I think that's easy when you're in the city, but when you go out to North Dakota and you really realize how far they are, they're in the middle of nowhere, you do have that opportunity to go sit down with those elders in that uninterrupted time. You have that time to go, and the fact that there's over 300 nations there, and you get to go sit down and you get to hear coastal songs, and you get to hear Ames songs, and you get to hear powwow songs, and you get to hear these songs from all over the world, and so it's like going over and finding your native side. And then the elders and the stories and the teachings. And so that's how it began for me. And so I made 2 more trips. I've with amazing people, gotten to do rallies, and we've done fundraisers, and we've done storytelling about Standing Rock. And so for us, we know that Standing Rock's, the movement of camp is going to come to an end, but Standing Rock isn't. And so what I took from Standing Rock was going over there and taking what we learned from those elders, what we learned from those other nations, what we've learned from those people that share the same visions that we do, is that we have to take that knowledge and we have to bring it back home. And that's why we're here. We're here to build our own villages, to build our own little coalitions and our communities so that we can fight together. And so I'm lucky enough that I got to come back, and we've tried to figure out ways. We were like, okay, we can't keep fundraising for camp because they don't need supplies all the time. So what else can we do? How can we get people involved here that can't go over to camp? So we started the divestment movement. And so then the Defund DAPL Coalition, the Seattle Action Coalition began. And so we pulled together natives from all different nations. We have natives from Alaska. We have natives from, we have indigenous people from all over. So it's not just natives. And so then we pulled organizations together. And what we started doing was we started educating people about divesting and pulling their monies out of these banks that support these fossil fuel projects. And so then we approached the city council, and we started the legislative that communication, and we introduced the ordinance for socially responsible banking to the city council, and luckily we have Shama Sawant, who sponsored it and moved it forward. So the great thing is that we can take Standing Rock and we can bring it to our homes. And we can take that movement and we can start supporting our future generations and begin that healing. And we can make a change here. Because the reality is those corporations and those oil companies, their talk is money. And so if we remove our money from these financial institutions that support these projects, we are affecting them. And so that's something that each of us can do. We don't have to go rally, we don't have to hit the streets, but you got to do something. You can't just talk, you can't just listen, you have to get involved. And so that's what I've gotten out of Standing Rock, is just being able to come back and get involved and to bring the wisdom here. And I just hope that all of you do the same. So thank you.